त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Ariane.
How are you today?
Very well. And yourself?
Very well, thank you.
Today we're missing Rita, but I'm a replacement MC.
Thank you for coming in at the last minute and taking her place. That's very much appreciated.
But big shoes to fill.
Sorry?
Big shoes to fill.
Oh.
All right. Today we have Ron, and we're going to be doing a bit more about
the subtle system.
The subtle system, which is sort of necessary to know as you progress in Sahaja Yoga and learn to meditate.
Yes, and he's going to talk a little bit about the subtle centers that are placed on the spinal cord, the 7 subtle centers. They're called chakras in Sanskrit.
And to do some affirmations, which are also important in terms of
yeah, and we're also going to have some music as well, some raga to help us to go into this meditative state. Yeah.
And before we do that, let's talk about what is today, a special day, International Yoga Day.
Yes, it's very, very special day. That started in India, I believe, in 2014, and that is celebrated all over the world now.
And you have some photos to show what was happening in Geneva today?
Yes, I've just received those photos. This is the United Nations, the headquarters office in Geneva, and we're having a meditation there today. And it's quite international there with all the flags from different countries. And it is summer there, so it is lovely to be able to meditate outdoors on the grass. Really lovely photo, isn't it, Chris?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And on the right is our friend Ricky.
Yeah, we presented in a previous session. Yes.
He's very
And there's the
dynamic,
team.
yeah. And there
Yeah.
he is on the left.
Yes. Yes. So this is the building of the United Nations. So la Journée internationale du yoga, they call it there in Geneva. It is a French-speaking city on the Lake Geneva, and it is they're celebrated, and you see the flag of the India as well, because it started in India. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've got any lessons, any listeners or viewers from Switzerland. You want to say hello to them?
Yeah. Hello.
And hello, Ricky.
Yeah.
That's
Hello,
great.
Ricky.
So
Yeah.
inside yoga, yoga means, well, in any context, yoga means union, and spontaneous mean Sahaj means spontaneous, so spontaneous union.
Yeah, and as we can see there on the photo, they have their hand on the top of the head. So there's a soft spot there when we are born. It's called the fontanelle. So this is the point where we can go between the inner and outer world. So we live very much in the outer world at the moment, external world. Now yoga allows us to access our inner world. So that thanks to this point there, that's why they're putting the hand there. And we will explain a bit more as we explain. Ron will explain that a bit further. That is the point where we like to put our attention, and even a little bit above. Yeah.
So at this point, we'll introduce Ron.
Yes.
Welcome, Ron.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello, Ron.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Arian.
Yes. How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm down south and it's pouring with rain outside at the moment.
Oh.
So for those that don't know, the southwest of or the southwest corner of Western Australia is a very beautiful place, and Ron's got a house down there, and he goes there to look after it and to chill out, and so he's webcasting from, what's the place? Dunsborough, is it?
Dunsborough.
And Ron, would you like to let us know how you started your journey with yoga, Sahaja Yoga? How did you find it?
Yeah, sure.
How long ago?
Well, it goes back a while. It was around the mid-1990s, so that'd be 26, 27 years ago. I've been seeking and looking at various things for several years, but what caught my attention was a little ad in the local newspaper. It's called The Post in Perth. And there was a pitch, and there was a public program run by Pavan and Colleen, for those who may know them. And I went along, and got my realization. So that was the start of my journey in Sahaja Yoga.
And what does that mean to you now?
What it means to me now, well, initially I found it, I was a slow starter. I didn't feel the cool breeze on my very first day of the realization. I had to keep sort of coming along and practicing. And it just gradually, I started to feel it, and it got stronger. And well, I really enjoy the whole ability through Sahaja Yoga to meditate deeply, just the peacefulness that you can get from it. And the association with other Sahaja yogis, the sort of the collective aspect, collective meditating, I enjoy very much. I've just enjoyed the whole experience. I love it.
And sharing the joy?
Yes, exactly.
And Ron is a very enthusiastic person and very joy-giving. That's how we experience him.
And at this point, talking about joy, you express joy for the solar system, the stars.
Yes, I have. Well, I'm now a retired person. Most of my working career was actually with the Weather Bureau. So my interest, of course, is still the weather and the Weather Bureau aspects and things. But my other passion is astronomy. So I have several telescopes, and when I can, I get out out of the city and stargaze and photography. So that's how I'm amusing myself in retirement.
Yeah, and we know you like to share that with other people because it's a fascinating thing.
Yeah, it is. It is very much.
Yeah. So we're just a little speck in this huge, massive solar system.
Yes.
In this universe. And
that's right. Most people, if there's good clear skies, are in awe of just all the stars and everything that you can see up there.
Yeah. All right. So shall we go through a little bit about the subtle system?
Yes. Yeah, I'm happy to start that.
Yeah.
So what I plan to do, it's been shown a few times. I'm going to talk about the chakras, these energy centers associated with the chart. And then following that, I'll just discuss some clearing techniques, and in one in particular I'll be doing. So perhaps we can kick that off if we could just see the subtle chart now, and I'll work through that. Can you just display the chart? Yes, perfect. Now what I have forgotten and what we should always do, and we do as a practice in Sahaja Yoga, is to raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan. Now I'm assuming who I'm talking to here, and welcome everyone who's tuned into this Learn to Meditate, that you've had your self-realization. If for some reason you haven't, it's your first time, that's terrific that you have tuned in, but maybe you can communicate that on the chat as icon within the Zoom, and people can maybe direct you how to get to your realization. But let's raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan. So we do this at the beginning of meditation and at the end is our normal practice. So we want to raise our Kundalini and we want it to stay up there. So we rotate around our left hand and we want the Kundalini to stay there. So we tie a knot, an imaginary knot if you like, and we do it 3 times. And second time tying 2 knots. And on the 3rd time, we're tying 3 knots. And then what we do is we put on a protective bandhan. It's a bandhan of love. So we actually sweep with our right hand from our left side, and we make a rainbow over us. And then we go back and we call that 1. And we do this 7 times because we've got 7 chakras, which we're just about to talk about. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this subtle system chart is not a chart that you're likely to see hanging on the wall in a GP, your local GP. But the knowledge of this chart, it actually goes back thousands of years. And it's very important in Sahaja Yoga, and we refer to this chart quite regularly, this chart of the subtle system. Very important for the meditation and understanding the meditation and how to improve your meditation. The key elements of this chart is that you can see 3 vertical lines. There's the 3 channels. The left channel is it's actually called the moon channel. These channels were covered by Ariane and Sissy a couple of weeks ago in their program, so I won't dwell too much on it, but there's a left channel associated with the past, with our desires. There's a right channel, which is in the yellow one there, and that's very much the action and doing and the futuristic side. And then there's the central channel, and that's the spiritual channel. It's an integration of our evolution is tied up with there. And that's that picture you can see it started from that triangular bone and comes up through the top of the fontanelle bone. So that's where the people in the photo had their head on that fontanelle bone there. I'll leave the channels for now because they were covered last week, and they'll also be covered in, that's it there. You can see they're all putting their hand on their fontanelle bone there. But let's just look at the chakras. So the chakras, the word chakra in Sanskrit means wheel, and they're spinning wheels. And they're associated with various plexuses of our physical body. And plexuses are like a gathering of nerves, concentration in a region. And in that region, those nerves are responsible for the organs and various parts of the body, usually primarily approximately at the level of that chakra. So looking at the very first one, that's the one at the bottom, the Muladhara chakra. Now, they all have certain qualities, and I'm really just now, with the time I've got, I'll just focus on just mainly the qualities of these chakras. The first one, the Muladhara, that's the pelvic plexus that it's associated with. And the key element of this chakra is that its quality is innocence, wisdom, purity. It's the eternal childhood. And it's the support base, if you like, of all the other chakras, the Kundalini and all the other chakras. Very important chakra. They have various elements associated with them. They're all basic elements. And the element for the Muladhara is the earth. They're also associated geographically around the world, which I won't elaborate on now, but that will be touched on in other programs. And they're also connected to and have an association with various planets within our solar system as well. But essentially, the Muladhara governs the excretion, all the excretions and reproductive organs. And so moving on from there, if you're looking just above that triangular bone, and then there's the second chakra, that's called the Swadhisthana chakra. And that's responsible for our creativity, inspiration, our aesthetics, and the arts, and the pure knowledge are all embraced with this particular chakra. Its element is actually fire, and that region of our physical body corresponds to the aortic plexus, and I guess that's the key element of there. So we'll just keep moving up from there to the next one is that big green. Well, we can do the Navi first. We'll do the Navi. Is that where the cursor is on the center there? The Navi chakra is the solar plexus in the center there. And the key quality of that is satisfaction, contentment, generosity, peacefulness. They're all embraced in this Navi chakra. The element for this chakra is water. That's the key components of that. So we'll now move to the void area. And in that picture that you're looking at, that's that big green region. And in fact, this Swadhisthana chakra that I talked about actually rotates around a bit like the someone's rotating the circles there now is showing that. But that's the void area, and that's responsible for our self-mastery. Very important. In a physical body, it's our digestive system, and its element is tied up with fire and water. And what I haven't mentioned here, there's a left, a center, and a right aspects of all these chakras, but I'm just broadening it all into the general description of each of the chakras. And if we move up from there to the next chakra, to the fourth chakra, we're then moving to the heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is the cardiac plexus. It's also very significant. It's where the spirit resides within this chakra. And the key qualities of our heart chakra are love, security, compassion, benevolence. They're all embraced within our heart chakra. And the element of the heart chakra is air. It's responsible for, in terms of the heart chakra, is obviously our heart, our blood pressure, our lungs are all governed by this heart chakra. Moving up now further to the next chakra, going to the Swadhisthana chakra. It's basically the throat chakra, right at where your throat is. And it's called the Swadhisthana chakra. And did I say Vishuddhi? My apologies, Vishuddhi chakra. And that's the cervical plexus. And the key quality of this chakra is communication, and communication with diplomacy. There's a collective consciousness is associated with this chakra. Also a witness state and being detached. And a sense of fun and humour is embraced in this chakra. So its element is really space or the ether, you can call it the ether. And the organs are very much all around the face, governed by this chakra. And so that's your mouth, your eyes, your nose, your throat, your teeth, and speech, etc., are all connected with that. And okay, so then we'll just keep moving along, going up. We've got now to chakra number 6, which is the Agnya chakra. Now, the Agnya chakra principal quality is forgiveness, humility, compassion. It contains the ego and our conditionings, past conditionings. And it's not so much a plexus at this level. It's actually located inside your brain at the crossing of the optic thalamus and the what's it called, the pineal and pituitary glands. So it's sort of inside your head, and it manifests in the back, the front, and the side, and out of the forehead. Its element is light, and I've mentioned that there's planets, or the solar system is connected with this system. With all these chakras, this one is the sun, is the strong connection with our Agnya chakra. And the interesting thing about that is topically, today is a significant day. Apart from being International Yoga Day, the sun has made a significant milestone today. And in fact, it only made it a couple of hours ago. At about 5:15 this afternoon, the sun reached the Tropic of Cancer. So it reached the most northern point in the Northern Hemisphere, giving them their longest day. And as far away from us, it's given us our shortest day. So we've had our shortest day, we've turned the corner. Winter's over now. I wish, yeah. But that's interesting. When I do the some of the clearing of the exercise in terms of affirmations, I will focus on the Agnya with the sort of music I play because it's significant from the sun today. Now, moving up to the top is the Sahasrara. So that's the 7th chakra, and it's really an integration of all the chakras. And so the Sahasrara actually connects us to the all-pervading energy that surrounds us. It's responsible for us feeling these vibrations, this new awareness that we get on our fingertips, this feeling this cool breeze. And it's really connected with the limbic area of the brain. So that's the main qualities, if you like, and that's fairly briefly just going through it. Over time and over other weeks, people will hone in on one of those chakras and cover them in some detail. I've just quickly gone through. But why do we look at this chart? Why do we talk about the chakras? Well, the reason is that these energy centers and these channels are nurtured by after you get your realization with the Kundalini rising, but they still can have some problems, still can have some catches or imbalances, if you like, and we can assist in clearing those imbalances in these centers by various techniques, which I'll just briefly talk about. And by bringing into balance these channels and these energy centers, we strengthen the flow of this Kundalini energy, this mothering Kundalini energy. And in so doing, allows us to enjoy a deeper meditation. And that's why you've tuned in. You've tuned in to learn to meditate. So we show you this chart and we show you ways to sort of help clear some of these subtle aspects of our body. And that'll strengthen and enhance your ability to meditate more deeply. So that's sort of why we sort of go there. So in Sahaja Yoga, there's a range of techniques. They very much use the elements, and that's why I was just mentioning the element as I was going up there. So for some, it's be using water. For some, you'd be using fire. We'd be using fire in the sense of using a candle. It could be the air. It could be breathing. It could be connection with the earth, sitting on the earth. These are all various simple techniques, but nonetheless very, very powerful. And today, what I thought I'd do is you can also say affirmations. You can say affirmations in English, and that's what we'll be doing today. And when you do that, you express the qualities of that chakra. And that's why I went through the qualities. So by saying those qualities and affirming those qualities with an affirmation, it helps clear those energy centers. And that's what we'll move on to. Okay, so what I'll do now, before we do that meditation and clearing technique, we'll show a talk from Shri Mataji Devi, who's the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And she talks, in this particular talk I've chosen, she talks about the subtle system, the charts. She talks about the energy channels and the chakras. So let's have a listen to that, and then we'll get on with a guided meditation and some followed by meditation.
You have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot conceptualize it with our human awareness. We cannot order it. We cannot manipulate it. We cannot organize it. It is what it is, has been and will be. And what is the truth? Truth is that we are surrounded, or we are penetrated, or we are nourished, looked after and loved by a very subtle energy, which is the energy of divine love. The second truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, but we are the spirit. You don't have to accept what I am saying blindly, because blind faith leads to fanaticism. But as scientists, you must keep your mind open and see for yourself what I am saying. If it is so, honestly, you must accept it. We know so much through science about our civilization, our advancement. This is the advancement of a tree which has grown outside very much. But if we do not know our roots, we will be destroyed. So it is important to know about our roots. And this is what it is that I would say are our roots. As you can see, there are 7 centers within us. And these subtle centers are placed in the spinal cord and in the brain. These cater to our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. On the physical side, they manifest the energy for the use of our plexuses, which look after our physical problems. That is on the right side. The energy which is supplied by this yellow line, a subtle channel, we call it as the Pingala Nadi. This supplies energy for our physical and mental actions. So this is the power of action within us, which also caters to the right sympathetic nervous system. The another channel you see on the left hand side is the channel by which we desire, put our energy to our desire. So this is the power of desire and looks after our emotions. This is the one which looks after our conditionings also. At the end of these two channels, they create two institutions. One on the right side crosses over, and the yellow balloon that you see is the ego, is the balloon of ego that we have. And the left hand side one, which conditions our mind, is the balloon of superego. As we start growing in age, by the time we are 12 years of age, these two completely meet and the soft bone in our head becomes completely calcified. Now there's third energy within us, which is in the center. And this central energy is the one which has made us human beings. And these centers are the milestones of our evolution. So now the last jumping is left out. It has reached up to the limbic area. Now, only thing is it has to break through the soft bone on the head and break through that, which is the actualization of baptism. Baptism is not an artificial thing. It is an actualization. But the energy that does it is, we call it sleeping energy, in the triangular bone called as sacrum. That means the Greeks knew that this is a sacred bone, that they called it sacrum. This energy has to rise and break through that fontanelle bone area and connect us to that subtle divine power which we have never felt during human awareness. Thus, we get connected to this divine power and we start feeling it on our fingertips. It's described in the Quran that at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak and they will give witness against you. That is, you start feeling your own centers. These are 5, 6 and 7 centers, and they indicate what's wrong with you within yourself. What's the problem? Also, you can feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. Cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Because this sleeping power, which is called as the Kundalini, Kundala means coils, is the power of pure desire within us. So now we have this kind of a mechanism within us existing. Now this is a living process of evolution. And we must understand that we don't pay for living process and we can't even explain it. Because when you take a small little seed and put it in the Mother Earth, it germinates by itself, spontaneously. You don't pay to the Mother Earth anything. And when it germinates, it grows into a tree and produces thousands of seeds. So in that little seed, the map of all the things it was going to create is there. How it works? We never ask this question. We take all the things for granted. We don't even ask the question how this wonderful eye of ours is made like a camera. And that how we are programmed within ourselves like computers. You see, this is the color. You don't have to think about it, it's there. Through our sensory organs, how we find out things, we never question it. But to answer now all our questions, we have to become the divine computer. And that's why we have to be connected to the mains, I call them, as the people who are self-realized, the people who have got their spirit in their attention. When the attention is enlightened through this happening, then you can see the absolute truth. Like supposing you are holding on to a snake, and there's darkness, and somebody tells there is darkness. But you have got a snake in your hand. I can see it. You say, no, I think it is a rope. Now, if you put on the light, immediately that person will drop. In the same way, when the attention gets enlightened by the Spirit, the first nature, innate nature of the Spirit is that it manifests absolute truth. You immediately become so empowered that you give up all those habits which are destructive to your life. Immediately. I've seen people giving up drugs overnight in London. Alcoholism, all kinds of things. I was amazed the way it's working. It's your own power within you. It's just there. It's existing. There's no obligation of any kind. It's just one enlightened candle can enlighten another candle. That's how it works. Every religion has said that you seek yourself. So there was nothing wrong with all the prophets, incarnations, all the saints. They all said the same thing. But we have missed the point. Everything has become either money-oriented or is an intellectual probing. It is through intellectual probing you reach a point where you realize that you have not reached the reality. So what should we do?
Right. Okay. So what we'll do now is I'll lead you into a meditation, what I call guided meditation. And I will focus on just the center channel. You can say these affirmations for the left aspect of the chakra, for the right aspect of the chakra, and for the center. And we'll address this mothering energy, this kundalini energy. So it's a mother, or mothering kundalini energy as mother. And we'll ask Mother to make me and the various qualities of the chakra. So perhaps maybe we can just show the chart as well. I'll work through, and this for most people, I guess it may be easier for you if you close your eyes and just listen. And to start with, we'll put our attention on the Muladhara chakra. So the Muladhara chakra is at the base of the spine. And just putting your attention on that chakra, if you can just say to yourself, just hold on. Say to yourself, Mother, please make me the innocence. Please make me the wisdom. Please make me an innocent person. And move our attention now up to the chakra number 2, the Swadhisthana chakra. And with your attention on your Swadhisthana chakra, you can say, Mother Kundalini, please make me a creative person. Mother, please make me a creative person. Now shifting our attention up now to the void area. Perhaps to help us with our attention, we can place our right hand on the center. So your right hand would be on the embracing your stomach area, your navel area. Mother, please make me my own guru, my own master. Please make me my own guru, my own master. Leaving your hand there, we're still covering the same region. That was the whole green area on that chart, if you can remember. Now we'll do the Navi, which is located in that center area there. We can say to ourselves, Mother, please make me a satisfied person. Please make me a peaceful person. Now moving up, we can place our hand over on our heart in the center with our right hand. This is using your right hand with your left hand with your palm up. And we'll move to the heart chakra. And here we can say, Mother, please make me a fearless person. Mother, please make me a loving person. Now continuing on our journey, moving up the spine to our throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra. Placing our hand on our throat. Mother, please make me a detached witness. Please make me part and parcel of the whole. Now we're moving up we're moving up to the Agnya chakra. So we can place our right hand across our forehead. And again, we're expressing the qualities of these chakras, and these we're affirming. Mother, please make me a forgiving person. Please make me a forgiving person, including myself. And then the final step is to place your hand on that fontanelle bone that Shri Mataji's talked about, that's now hard on anyone who's over 12. And placing your hand there, that's the Saraswara chakra. We can say, Mother, please make me completely self-realized. Mother, please strengthen my self-realization. And you can bring your hand down now. So what we'll do now, we'll meditate for a while. And the music that we'll be playing, the chakras also resonate with various frequencies and tones. So this particular raga has been chosen that actually resonates and harmonizes with the Agnya chakra and helps in the clearing of the Agnya chakra. So just keep your attention at the Saraswara, the top of the head, and we'll now place some music. Okay, welcome back. Well, that concludes the meditation side. We'll talk just a few more minutes after this, but what we do, as I mentioned before, at the end of our meditation, we raise our Kundalini and put on a butt down. So let's do that now. Hi, Ariane. Hi, Chris.
Thank you, Ron, so much for this lovely program. So well explained, all the different subtle centers. So people now have a better idea where they are and their qualities. Yeah. And a lovely meditation, very peaceful music as well, with the lovely photos of Shri Mataji. Isn't it, Chris?
Yeah. Shri Mataji at the beach.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, she loves it, and loves to have she talks in many of her talks how she loves having bare feet and feeling the earth, feeling the sand in her feet.
Yeah. Yeah, Australians love their beach, but if they see the beach or the ocean as a cleansing thing, as a
and
place
relaxing.
for relaxing and contemplation, and and also to take your shoes off and walk on it and feel the Mother Earth, and to look after the over the expanse of the ocean, and just forget about your thoughts.
Wow.
So thank you for taking that time off from down south to share this lovely yoga with us tonight.
I had the sound on and it was raining so heavy here. I thought you might have been hearing it on top of the music, but maybe you didn't. But it was quite a heavy shower. Anyway, that's good. Rain is good. Rain fills tanks, and we need rain, so it's a beautiful thing. Well, it's been a pleasure. So
very good in a dry continent like Australia.
Any rain is good for Western Australia,
or particularly in Western Australia.
Yeah, in particular.
So I thought the what Shri Mataji said was, it's such a beautiful choice of words.
Yes,
we need to be connected. We need to be the divine computer, and the way you're the divine computer, you have to be connected first.
That's right. Plug in.
Yeah, plug in, like Ariane was talking about the inside and the outside.
Yeah.
So to become the divine computer, you got to plug it in and connect, and then and
here.
This
is the Sahasrara. Yeah.
That's a great shot, that, isn't it?
And then it is where we start to see life from a spiritual perspective. So it's the eyes of wonder. We are seeing beauty everywhere through the eyes of the spirit, because the spirit is in the heart, but it's also located here at the top at the Sahasrara, right there. So things depict a more bright picture, or more positive and more hopeful picture, because there's a little bit of a chaos at the moment everywhere, and when we can go within, we get stronger, we get more courage, we get inner strength, and we can share that with others. We can give also this energy to others with our decoding with our fingertips, like you were saying, all the chakras, they're all represented on different fingers, so we can decode our own, but also decode the chakras of others. So as a result, we can help them clear their chakras as well, so we can strengthen each other. Sahaja Yoga is so much about helping one another, isn't it, Ron?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
And that feeling on your fingertips, to me, is a very empowering aspect of Sahaj, that you become your own master. You know, you get that feedback with this new sensitivity that you have, and that's a wonderful thing. Yes.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about that more in other programs. Yeah.
Yeah, we could people, if they want to get a self-realization process, they can just go to one of the other webcasts
Yes.
at freemeditation.com.au/learn. We're only doing it once every week here in Perth, South Australia, 1 day a week from Canberra, but you can go to other webcasts on the freemeditation.com.au site and pick and choose what you want to do, because there's many aspects of meditation. This is a very important one where we learn about the qualities of energy centers, and it also mentioned the left, the right, and the center channel, which are also it's basic knowledge in Sahaja Yoga, which is good to know when you want to progress and learn how to meditate.
Yeah, and because this is the International Day of Yoga, it is about for the whole humanity, isn't it? It's for it's a message of wellness, of hope, of strength, of well-being,
of bringing peace to all the nations, and they join together.
The very medium we're using to communicate that is so international. Here we are. People can dial in from all over the world for this thing. So how international is that?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The other part that got me in Mother's Shri Mataji's talk is that we need to have. You mentioned the spirit, Ron. So we need to have the spirit in our attention. The attention is our awareness, and this notion of the spirit, which is in the heart. And she talked also about the baptism.
Yeah.
The baptism is the self-realization process. You probably, if you came here for the first time and you listened to Ron or Shri Mataji talking, you would have got your realization just by watching if your desire was right. And that's the start of your meditation journey, that connection, so you can become the divine computer.
Well, should we could finish the program by I've got some more music to play, which people might like to stay on and meditate for a few more minutes. There's a wonderful yogi with a beautiful voice, Anita Basu, and she will sing and Sahaj music of I don't even know how to say the proper word there, the Sharana or something, but it's beautiful, and it's beautiful to listen to and meditate with, and that will conclude this program. So thanks everyone for tuning in.
And thank you, Ron, for such a wonderful and thorough program. Beautiful vibration.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ron.
And thank you, Ariane.
And Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Ariane, and thank you, Chris, and thank you, support team, which is Mitcha.
It's lovely always.
Without which nothing would happen.
Yeah, that's right. Beautifully timed. All the things came in at the right time.
And the photo from Geneva, this is where I actually had my realization. So
that's nice, isn't it? Wow, is that right?
So how did that happen?
I just went. I was working with someone who was practicing Sahaja Yoga, and the person told me to go to the center in Geneva. Okay. So that's what happened.
Very good.
That's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
All right, Ron.
All right.
Enjoy the rain, enjoy the beach.
So we look forward to seeing you all next week.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Good night.
त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव मावागेश्वरी त्वमेव साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव मावागेश्वरी महादुर्गा महाकाली महामाया महेश्वरी भाग्यं समर्पयामि कर्मं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम स्वयं साध्या स्वयं सिद्धि स्वयं सिद्धा स्वयं प्रभा सुगुणरत्ना सुकृतकृता सुमति गंगा समोज्ज्वला मानं समर्पयामि गानं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तिमिरावृता दिशाहीना आत्मस्य पापनाशिनी तिमिरावृता दिशाहीना आत्मस्य पापनाशिनी बहुजनहिताय वाणी तव शाश्वत सत्य प्रकाशिनी आद्यं समर्पयामि अन्तं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे माता सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मे मातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम त्वमेव